Sometimes you got to end it on a three if you need three.
All right, what's Lillard thinking about here? James.
What's good, YouTube, man? Welcome back to the episode of Self Check. If you've been watching, you know that I'm E.
I'm T, man. What's good with you?
You got T with me? You got anything to add before we get started?
No, sir.
All right, man, let's go ahead and jump into this one. Okay, so let's talk about the Portland Trail Blazers, right?
Right.
Playoffs are approaching.
Yes.
They've been stuck at the 6th seed for a minute.
Yes.
If the playoffs start today, they match up against the Clippers.
Yes.
But let's backtrack just a little bit, right?
Okay.
No matter who they play, how well can Dame and the Portland Trail Blazers do in the playoffs?
I mean, they can do what if everybody plays. If everybody does their job, as you would say, they got a chance. I mean, if on any given day somebody could be beat.
Right.
Everybody's in the NBA for a reason. So, I mean, if everyone on that team is doing their job consistently, they got a good chance of beating somebody. Now, do I think they're going to go to the finals or something like that?
No.
No, we don't expect that. But let's just say right now, playoffs start today. They play the Clippers. I don't think they can beat the Clippers, even though they got power. They got some firepower. They just added Norman Powell.
But not to cut you off, but real quick, do you think they should have traded Gary Trent for Norman Powell?
Honestly, I was good with Gary Trent.
You personally think they should have kept him?
I personally think they should have kept him. The Portland Trail Blazers just thinking about now, as you should, but you should also think about your future. And Gary Trent is he's young. He's a young player. As you can see, he's doing his thing over there in Toronto right now.
Yeah.
Since he has left, he is closing. He is scoring like crazy. You give somebody opportunity, and stuff like that happens. So I would have kept Gary Trent, but I'm not saying Norman Powell was a bad pickup either. I'm not gonna say that because Norman Powell is a bucket himself.
Right.
So, but like you said, if they were to play the Clippers today, maybe 6 games, maybe 6.
So I don't think the Portland Trail Blazers will get any higher than top 3. I think Jazz more than likely gonna have that number 1 seed locked up, right? I think Portland more than likely gonna have the I think the Suns are more than likely gonna have the 2nd seed, right? With the Lakers, we don't know when Bron is gonna come back. AD should be back pretty soon.
Right.
But I don't think that's gonna. I don't think it's gonna be enough time for the Lakers to get up there to that 3rd seed. So more than likely, the Clippers gonna have the lock in the 3rd seed.
Right.
So Portland, more than likely, they only probably gonna get to 4 or 5, right? That means you might match up with the Lakers in the 1st round.
Or Denver.
Possibly. If you play in Denver,
the odds are higher. You're playing the Lakers, they're getting swept probably still.
they getting swept.
Yes, they got swept last year. I mean, they added Andre Drummond. You guys don't. Portland doesn't have an answer for Anthony Davis. They don't have an. See, the thing is, you have to have a. To me, you have to have some type of answer for somebody. Lakers, they're just too big for Portland. To me, they just added Andre Drummond. He is the board master. Bro, if he can't do nothing else, he be on boards. Am I right? You have Anthony Davis. The man averaged 30 in the last postseason. Bron averaged 26 or something like that. 27?
27.
Bro, what are you going to do with that?
And for that very reason, it's kind of why I feel like they would have a better shot against the Clippers, because I feel like the Clippers thing isn't really like size.
Yeah.
It's like Kawhi and PG, and then you kind of got Serge. But I mean, I would.
They got a little bit of size. But
I would rather deal with Serge and Zubac than Anthony Davis,
Bron and Drummond.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now I feel like when they are playing teams where, it's more size, where you at a disadvantage size wise, right? Okay, so like you said, Drummond, Bron, AD, that's a front court I wouldn't really want to deal with. Because now I feel like Portland's front court is at a disadvantage, and there's more weight on Dame and CJ shoulders to outdo their matchups now, which more than likely they can.
They can, but like you got Dennis Schroeder to worry about too, and he's a pretty good defender. Not saying Dame won't get off on him, because Dame will and CJ can.
Right.
But still, he's still a hassle. And now if you clogging up the paint, they're going to force you to shoot. You're going to have to force shots. You can shoot, but you're going to not. They know you're going to shoot. So it makes it. I feel like it's always harder when a team knows you're going to shoot. Like you have no other outlet, because you're not going to beat them in the paint at all.
Currently they're the 6th seed, but it's a possibility that they can move up, right?
Okay.
So even though they are the 6th seed, do you think they are like a 6th seed type team, like a bottom of the playoff type team?
Well, with everything that they have in the West, yeah. Now if they was in the East, they'll be the 4th seed. Because they wouldn't be better than Milwaukee. They wouldn't be better than Brooklyn. They wouldn't be better than the Sixers. Let me
throw this out there real quick, right? Because I know ESPN on First Take, right? Stephen A. was saying, let's kind of pump the brakes on the Suns because they're kind of young. Let's just say Dallas go up to the 6th seed. Portland drop down to the 7th seed. In the playoffs, you got the Suns against the Trailblazers in the first round. You get the Trailblazers that win?
I honestly, I will put Portland over Phoenix. Not saying that they ain't got it, but I mean, 6 or 7 games. But you gotta look in a perspective as Devin Booker. He ain't never been there.
That's what I'm saying. Like Portland, even though against certain teams, they might not match up well, but I think they have the experience over Phoenix.
Yeah, that's what they have. I mean, you got Chris Paul, but he can only do so much.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You got a hell of a player in Devin Booker, a very decent player in DeAndre, but he'll have to be way more aggressive on Nurk. Chris Paul, you're going to have to ask him to do more. And Chris Paul, even though as good of a player he is, scoring, when it comes to scoring,
he's not on Dame level.
Yeah, he kind of like shadow away from it. But he can he can battle, but I feel as though he kind of shades away from in the scoring aspects, and Dame does not.
Because I feel like scoring comes more effortless to Dame. I feel like when CP3 has to like really kind of when he has to score, he's using more energy, in my opinion, than Dame.
That's true. That is true.
Speaking of Dame, should Dame be getting some MVP consideration? You got to think, CJ missed about 20-some games. Nurk missed a lot of time.
This is true.
So, it's possible, hey, man, when you lose your 2 best players, you could have went down, but he didn't keep them afloat.
Yeah. He would be in a discussion. I wouldn't choose him as an MVP.
No, not to win MVP, but
like this a talk, like people to talk of him as an MVP. Yeah, of course. Whenever your next best 2 players go down and you can contend and still be in a playoff picture, especially in the Western Conference, bro. Now, yes. So, but as a whole, as a group, if they had to play Phoenix, I would choose Portland. I don't think that Phoenix will have an extra for CJ and Dame. And Nurkic can do his job, and I think Melo, like you said, we were talking earlier, Melo will have a couple good games. He's been there too. So, and he's hungry. Like he's still hungry. Like he had to fight to get back in the league. Like, bro, I can still contend for real. So.
I don't know. This isn't my favorite Portland team. Like they make up for that, but I like you got Dame, you got CJ, you got Norman, you got Rocco, you got Melo. Did I say Norman Powell already?
Yeah, you didn't say Nurkic.
You got Nurkic. You got Enes Kanter. You got a good little 7-man deep rotation that you can go to. So, I mean, I don't know, man. We'll see what they do. But I think it really just depends on who they match up with. Like I said, man, if they match up against, let's say they go down to the 7th seed and they play Phoenix, I get them the edge against Phoenix because they have experience. Against the Clippers, I think it'll be a good series, but it's going to be more weight on Dame and CJ. Yeah, you got Norman and Melo and Rocco on the wing, but they have Kawhi and PG on the wing.
Right.
You know know, it's a little bit different. And then the Clippers have Rondo. Rondo gonna bring that leadership.
Yeah.
So.
Experience.
Against Denver, Denver's a little bit weak, losing Jamal. Even though Denver still has that size with Jokic and Aaron Gordon and Michael Porter Jr.
Still missing that to go to.
Yeah.
That go to.
Portland, I give them a
chance. I'll take Portland now over Denver with no Jamal.
And then against the Lakers,
no chance.
Brian having all this time off, AD having all this time off.
Too much rest for them boys.
You add Drummond now. That's some size over there, man. It's tough.
It's too much. It's too much over there, bro. It's too much.
So, you got anything to add before we call it a wrap on this one?
No.
We gonna call it a wrap on this one, man. Let us know down in the comment section, man. How far can Dame and CJ and the rest of them boys go in the playoffs, man? Let us know what y'all think about these Portland Trail Blazers. Drop a like, comment, subscribe, do all that. Again, this is Self Check. I'm E.
I'm T, man.
Rocking out with T. We appreciate y'all rocking out with us. We gonna catch y'all on the next one.
Peace.